Wait, which one is it? Ah, no. My brain. My brain. Good morning, Fab Fam. It's Vinny B with Dead on Board Gaming, and we're here for another Flesh and Blood discussion video. I was going to do the cold foil reprint policy and the policy updates, but everybody's doing it, so we're not gonna. What I decided I wanted to do today was kind of dive a little deeper into our guesses about the Monarch mechanics coming up that kind of complete the game. One of the most interesting ones we had from a few weeks ago was the idea that you can play two different heroes, but they would be the Blitz heroes that would add up to 40 life or whatever the change is, and this would allow all these Blitz heroes to be functional in constructed, right? As we don't have to wait for adult versions. And I believe the adult versions are the equivalent of a monocolored deck in Magic. And this is going to allow us to have like Demir and, black blue and green blue. And I think the way they're going to balance this is by the regions they're from or the borders around the heroes. Kano and Kasai are the two that really kind of give me the idea that this works, as they're both from there with two different classes that each have cards. And so I think it would allow you to build a deck with both sets of cards, have each of them with both sets of weapons, which would open up a ton more strategy and depth into this game. But it would also add that there's two heroes. So now Fork Lightning would target two separate heroes. And as you kill a hero, you take the ability out of that class for the deck itself. So let's say again it'd be Kano and Kasai, and we kill Kasai. Now you lose her weapon attacks. Um, I guess she's a bad example because hers is more of like a static ability where you get copper for hitting the second time, and it gives you, um, I think, a discount on using your weapon a second time. So if you lose her, you just kind of lose her in general. But let's say it was Dorinthia, which again doesn't work in this example, but just for this, you would lose Dorinthia's ability to let a weapon attack twice. Again, bad example. But you see where I'm going with this is you would lose the ability. Like Kano, once Kano is dead, you lose the ability to chain together the top of your deck. But it also comes with the building constraint from having a warrior in there where you might not have the top of your deck. So it seems super deep and very hard to balance, but I'm also not a game designer. But like the idea of being able to do this and everything combining with the region they're from, I think is like really kind of onto something because each region's abilities can coincide with each other. Like the people from the pits are going to be grimy and do different things. And then Azalea and Cavdine, being from the pits, they actually kind of work together. If you allow them to be there and have the merchant and the ranger together, it actually kind of works because the ranger only deals like splash damage all the time because she's easy to block. You know what I mean? Like, and her to get go again takes multiple things to happen for her to actually go wide. But she is pretty good at dealing one or two damage and nullifying your turn, one or two damage, nullifying your turn, and then the merchant does a drain ability. So like once you can kind of get them going on, and they both deal these like little ticking damages that I think would be a very cool combination of cards. So I think those two by themselves is a decent idea of how this would work. The people from the wizard area are going to operate a little different. You know what I mean? So, like, warriors from there will whack different than warriors from, Dorinthia's area. I'm sorry, I don't remember the names at the moment. I really need to get more into the lore. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I really kind of think it might be the way it goes. Like, I think adding the ability to run two different heroes is like a really cool idea for the game. So I'm kind of putting my stamp on that one. I like that. That one's mine. That's mine. So other than that, I guess the only other thing I wanted to talk about was the idea of Cavdine. Um, Cavdine, I believe, it doesn't have a card set, and I don't think he's getting them, as I think he's going to be able to, or he's the generic class. So he's set up to run all the generic cards in your setup and stuff like that. So I think he just gets better as generic cards are printed. But I don't think merchants actually ever get like a class suit of cards. I really think that he's just the generic version of the game because somebody's going to build a deck with like no cards in it, right? So you might as well give him a hero. It makes sense with what he does, right? He just drains people. So you could sit there and do that, play whatever kind of game you want with all generic cards, which again, every set has to print generic cards. So generic cards are always going to boost, boost, boost. And then we were talking about how powerful Enlightened Strike and Command and Conquer is. And it is powerful because it goes in all the decks, but at the same time, that's like Cavdeen's Mythics. Like, they have to be good, right? Like, he needs good Mythics inside of generic if that's the only card pool that he's ever going to operate out of. So it makes sense to make him strong. It's just, those two cards seem pretty, I'm going to say ambiguous, but that's probably the wrong word. But you know what I mean? Almost auto includes. Um, except for in blitz because sometimes you want to make your strategy a little more condensed, but like in constructed, why are you not running 3 and 3 of those two things? They're so strong, right? But yeah, I guess that's all I really had. Yeah, I thank you guys as always. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your guys' idea of the mechanics that are coming up. Are you guys still excited? Is the wait too long? Because the wait seems so long. But let me know. I appreciate you guys. Put good out in the world, and I'll see you guys next time.